like, well, we'll check with the people and
Yeah,
see
I don't see.
see
I
how
don't.
it's working.
Yeah, it seems like I'm all. It's all good over here, but
Okay.
I could also put on something else, but I won't put anything else on in the background that'll, make things
Nah,
crazy.
should be good. So salute everybody. Good evening. Uh, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It might be morning where you're at. It might be the middle of the day. For us, it's kind of like the afternoon and the evening. So, we were just talking about time. So who the hell knows? Who knows, right? So Snapzilla Gorillas in the building. Salute to the Queen, Black Spring with Autumn, joining us today.
Thank you for having me and your
No
chat.
problem, no problem. Oh man, so man, a lot going on, right? Just
Yeah.
around every corner, every turn, there's something new going on. So, let's allow the people to get in here while we chop it up a little bit. What'd you get into today?
I actually decided to go to. I just ended up going to the. I ended up going to the Walmart. I don't like going there because it's this is an armpit town, and you
Right.
run into like, do I need to wear my ball cap today? How am I going to be incognito enough to get through this? Because as soon as somebody recognizes you, it's like, oh gosh, like, oh, here we go. I got to talk about
Right. You
community
got to do a stop and chat.
community stuff, and it's not that I don't
Yep.
mind talking about it. It's just the timing, and there's no way to,
Yep.
I can't wrap myself in a bubble to go out, and I mean, it's not.
Yep.
I'm not saying that I have the importance or the public figure, of a politician or anything. It's just that
Right.
if you serve the public, then it's like they just the entitlement is you're available all the time. They have
Yep.
access to you whenever you're there.
Yep.
You're here for me. I can chop it up with you whenever when I'm ready.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it is being a public figure. Um, Salute to Sheila Davidson in the building. Sheila Davidson, good evening. If you could tell us how the audio visual is, um, I want to make sure it's good on you guys' end. You guys seeing this okay? Are we coming through clear? I'm not sure. This is like my second time using this. Are you good? So we're both clear. We're both in sync. Salute to Marcel Pow Pow. Salute to you.
That's
Make sure you guys hit the like button when y'all get in here, man. Please hit the like button. Tanya D's in the building. Salute to you. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Today, Black Spring and I will be getting into a couple cool topics or not so cool topics, and so we'll find out, right?
yes.
I hope all I hope all is well for everyone. Your name is Chase. Lakeisha Waddle's name is Chase. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Black Spring, what you think, man? What you want to get into today? What we got?
Well, I'm talk and dare I say TikTok time, the tech conversations. Any allusion to any tech conversations, or dare I say X tech? Some might refer to them as madmen, mad scientists by now.
Right? Uh-oh.
So yeah, uh, what? Ooh, ooh.
Kangar J, salute to you. What's good? Uh, Suki Yasui says, "I'm not black, but can I stay here?" Yeah, yeah, you can stay here. Yeah, we don't discriminate on the account of race, but it is what it is. So the tech stuff.
Yeah, the tech stuff and anything. Just I'm just thinking that there's a ploy. It just seems like there's some kind of a ploy going on here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Even just a little bit, if we can touch a little bit on some of these ICE detainee kinds of. I'm
Ice
just
detainees.
yes, yeah. just just a hair. I think
Yeah, why not? Are you talking about the attack on the ICE facility?
yes,
Mm.
yes,
The one where they say that they were targeting the ICE agents, but they were actually
yeah,
killing the
yeah,
detainees.
yes,
Hold on, guys. Hold on just a second.
sure.
Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. But go ahead and introduce yourself, Black Spring. Tell the people about yourself.
Okay, all right, guys. So I am Black Spring with Autumn, and I am coming to you on Freedom's March channel today, and we're going to get into a few things. And I guess I could just tell you, I've had a YouTube channel for a little while now, and actually, I ran into Freedom's March some years ago. It was around 2019, prior to the CV1. Uh, yeah, it just seems more of we you find that you have more in common with other content creators than than differences, and the only way to know that is to kind of keep an open mind. Um, and so I came in pretty open because I think I've been kind of closed off. I think we kind
Yeah.
of this is the first time that I had, you know, just kind of culturally. I think some people kind of are into the group thing. They kind of go one way, or they go the way of their family, the direction of their family, but they're not doing that with their own consciousness. And then at times, we don't realize that maybe we're even going against our own interests because we're not thinking for
Yeah.
ourselves. And in these times, to me, it's pretty dangerous not to. What you don't know can.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so yeah,
Very important.
yeah. I'm thankful for all of my experiences, and even the ones prior to 2019.
Yeah. Cowboy Baby Yoda. Salute to you. Salute to Tony Christian. Um, can you see the chat, Black Spring?
I can, yeah. I see.
Cowboy but Baby Yoda says, "Tell Weirdo Trump to release the files." I mean, it's not just Trump,
Right. You're talking
right?
you
It's,
got a whole consort.
Macabre Real says, "Timu Candace Owens." Why are you talking about your mama like that?
Ooh.
Why are you talking about your mama like that? Go on ahead with you. Joe Budden 2.0. You guys are weird. Michael
What are we gonna?
Michael Dubs says, "Damn, she's cute. She is, isn't she? She is. She is quite cute." But
Oh gosh, you're too kind.
am I late for the Mandigo party? Yeah, Black Spring. We get a little interesting characters up in here. Just so
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I'm picking up. I'm tracking.
I'm not aggressive. He called me aggressive. I'm making a joke back, but I'm aggressive. Ooh wee. But the tech stuff. So what's going on with this tech stuff, right? What I heard about TikTok and how uh, Trump made a deal with TikTok or China in regards to TikTok, right?
Yes, and I find it to be one of the common denominator, if you will, is they say, oh, there's much that's unknown, and then but yet they say, oh yeah, but Xi Jinping, he signed it, and but there's holes in there, and it says, oh yeah, this part is unclear, and then there's like an 80% is going to go to, I guess, whatever the consortium of U.S. investors, and then there's that less than 20% that's going to be represented by maybe one person, and that person's not going to be involved in the security. But I find that to be that's a foreign entanglement, and I
Isn't it?
I find that this is all very interesting to me because um, it's all very interesting to me because we've had issues. It's come up before back in maybe about 5 years ago with the Secure 5G and Beyond Act. I mean, and this all happened about 10 days. This happened
Yeah.
that was voted on, passed in the House and the Senate, and was signed 10 days after we all went into lockdown. Went into the days to stop the spread.
Who signed that? Who signed it?
Yours truly, TRUFP.
Donald Trump signed that, right?
Yes.
The same guy who was crapping all over China in his first term. The China virus, blaming China for everything. China's the enemy, this, that, and the third. Getting on, wasn't he getting on Donald Trump's son
Oh,
and not Donald Trump, Joe Biden,
Biden's son.
right?
Yeah,
He's getting
his
Biden's son for dealing with China, right?
yes, for his title, his position, or with some for his shellac with their some gas, I guess, company or whatnot. So that's why that was the first thing that I picked up. I'm just thinking, you're
Yeah,
this and but then they're, it's just it's a you're doing it. It's better because when you do it,
right,
but somebody else has done
right.
it. It's all over the news, and so that's where the holes just get gape. They're gaping holes at this point. It's gaping.
Yes, and Black Spring, just to keep catch the people up that are just coming in here. We're we're talking about Donald Trump's, right? We're talking about Donald Trump's tech stuff, right? We're talking about TikTok and all the big tech having dealings with Donald Trump. And we got some more people in here. Kangar J, one of my moderators in the building, he says, oh, he's talking to somebody else. So the subject is right now, we're talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about Donald Trump and TikTok, and we're talking about Donald Trump and big tech in general. And yeah, uh, does it appear to be a sellout? Is what I want to know, because you have done quite a bit of research on this stuff. So I'm wondering what we're getting ourselves into, or what Trump's getting us into.
Well, yeah, and then it's also I can even go back to I can go back further than that. Like I mentioned, the secure 5G and beyond, 5G secure and beyond
Yeah.
2020, but even prior to that, when there was the 5G infrastructure bill that came up, and they were concerned about Huawei, the back door,
Yes.
worried about that. But but then also he's in his portfolio. He's in with the Nvidia, which is their competitor. There's a kickback. See, this is why all of this is just. But everybody turns a blind eye, in the name of
Yeah.
whatever team, go team red or go team.
Yeah. Go Team Blue. Right.
Yeah, so I'm just saying it's like, the heavy encryption is what allegedly is what the Facebooks and some of these other social media companies have. The aggressive encryption is what they wanted, but then they know that the
Right.
government is anti. They want loose encryption, or they want to be able to have to get in. So is it private or not? Is it is it backdoor? Is it backdoor Beijing or backdoor America? Backdoor
Israel.
AI? Backdoor? Who's in the back? Who'd you leave the back door open for? You know what I mean?
Right. Who?
Black.
How many foreign interests have back doors to our private, so-called private information? Now that we have all our private information is in our phones, in our tablets, on our computers, right? All our information, and they're building all these data centers all across the country. There's a data center popping up everywhere because they need to house all this data. Well, why do you need so many? My question is, why do you need so many data centers? What information are we
Well,
holding in those data centers? Is my question, right? And oh, by the way, before you continue, make sure can is there a way you can drop your link in the chat so people can go subscribe to you?
I'm
Or is
gonna
there?
I'm gonna try to be crafty with that. I'm gonna try to go from one device, a different device this time, and see.
Yeah, because all you got to do is go to the live stream that we're in. You go to another device, and then you can chat under your account into the live stream.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it, or I'll try
Yeah.
it.
Circumcised honorary Jew says heavy encryption. They want it. They want that loosey goosey. Exactly. Epstein type freak off, baby oil, and all. Hey, we got some people that are hip to this stuff a little bit in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
Some people are cracking jokes, but it is what it is. Keep that same energy. Says, hey, since you're so much of a black activist, why have you not said anything about the black women who was thrown over the bridge in North Carolina by a black guy and a foreign guy. I was not aware of any of that.
Is that my moniker? I'm a black activist.
Apparently,
Bring
mine too,
bring me
a
bring me.
blacktivist. Since I guess that's what we got to be. Someone says go back to Africa. Okay. I
Better.
have to look that up. I was not aware of a woman being thrown off of a bridge in North Carolina. I have to look that up. Yanni says, Mama Lockett says, I tried email you, but I guess I had the wrong email. If Kangar J, do you have my email address? Somebody says I guess we're black activists. I guess,
Oh, okay.
Um, anyway,
See where that goes.
so about this, yeah, it is what it is. Mofo's low key bringing up 1350. I debunked that nonsense. The 13% of the population committing 50% of the bullshit. Yeah, I debunked that. But so the tech stuff, what is the importance of that? So what is it behind that is so important, but is not being talked about enough?
Well, I'm just for me. I mean, I'm just saying that it's going to be a vessel for something else. It's going to be a vessel for control. It's going to
Right,
be for control, or you're going to be, or either it's a training for AI. I mean, if we're giving AI more and more every single day, and all of our
right,
institutions, and they're investing more in it. So, and they're bringing it into the education systems. I mean, even
yep,
that tech dinner that they had at the White House not too long ago. Oh, everyone's, all these the tech giants are going to give so many subscriptions to the different institutions. I guess everything from K through 12, even to post secondary, is what the
mm,
so whenever we get things for free, typically we are the product. We're the
yeah,
product
we are the product.
right now.
It And let's not forget, whenever the government does something, it's not free.
No, no, no.
Salute to brother Shelton in the building. Salute to you, brother.
I
Right? Sugar. Yes, that is true. Black Spring with Autumn. If it's free for us, it comes with a little bit of a little bit more inches. We got to take a few more inches at a time, right?
right. I think it's all a case study. It's they study our responses. They study it all. How is this going to be received? Is it for effect, or is it for, where, you know, I'm convinced that it is, because I think what's happened already. I think a lot of things were already manifested. I talk about that all the time. A lot of things that were manifested in 2020,
Yeah.
2019 for this time, and the things that are happening right now will be on the cycle. Will be on the next cycle
Yep.
as well. So
Yep.
it's all being we're being pad. I think we're all being kind of, we're on to the I called it earlier today the new. I didn't say new world. I said the new country, but I think the former world is past. I think we transcended after that
Yeah.
2020. There's no going back. Everything that's to come
No.
is loading ing right now.
Yes. Yes. I agree with that. And the bottom line is, we are not going through an evolution. Salute to Marcy T in the building. Marcy T's in the building. Black
Mars,
Spring.
Mars TT.
You didn't get the notification? She said she didn't get a notification. Yes, we have been test subjects, right? I told you guys that but the COVID-19 pandemic was a test, right? They're constantly testing us. They're constantly pushing more and more. Donald Trump was on this BS about he was on this anti-China, anti-Huawei, anti-TikTok nonsense, during his first term, and now hey,
He's
he's
loving
giving it up. You know what I'm saying?
loving on them. I
So
mean,
what other tech giants are we getting in bed with by force?
oh my gosh. I would even say that it's. I think there's probably, what is it? This Nvidia. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a
Nvidia.
that I think that CEO is he's Thai. That's a Taiwanese CEO. but he's American.
Mm.
But he's American. He's like American, Taiwanese American, I guess if you want to coin it that way. Um, but there again, it's not. I don't know. I can't even bring a Silicon Valley into this. I don't. You know what I mean? It's just. If it's just foreign. It is. It is.
It is foreign, right?
And
A lot
so
of foreign, big tech on a foreign scale, right? On a scale that, I mean, we're talking about. We don't. I mean, we already have. Israel already has backdoor to the cybersecurity of the government, right? So why not give up more?
well, I know that this particular that the investors are actual. They're pretty. They've been. I mean, I wouldn't say that. What's it? Rupert Murdoch. I think he's another. I think another part of this piece. But I think he was the former owner of. The former CEO of
Fox,
Fox News, and that was
yeah,
right. That was another shift pre in 2015 before Trump was elected. Um,
yeah,
he was, but then a lot of people got put away. What is the Bill O'Reillys, the Megan Kelly?
yeah,
A lot of those people had to leave town, leave ship,
yep.
and to me,
They had to go.
it's like they're kind of
um.
back in. If they can find a way to bring them all
Oh
back,
yeah.
they do.
Oh, they creeping back in for sure. Someone has a question. Mental Core Consulting says, "How do y'all feel about building wealth through these very stocks that are likely ushering in the mark of the beast?"
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, guess what? You are already tied to the mark of the beast because you're watching us on YouTube. You
Yeah.
already use these. You already use the technology. You already use the platforms. You already use the semiconductors that they get from Taiwan, right? All the raw materials for semiconductors. You are tied to the Internet of Things. Do you guys remember that term, the Internet of Things, when they were bringing in this 5G? The Internet of Things, everything is going to be connected through the internet. You already there, baby.
Yeah.
You already there, baby. Hey, if you think no, this is just the completion of the sellout. You understand? Because earlier, Black Spring, a few weeks ago, I was talking about how Donald Trump was going to allow 600,000 Chinese nationalists to come to the United States to study.
I remember that.
Are you familiar with that?
I remember that. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I remember that. And then even in this earlier this year, the way they were kind of rallying for, they wanted a certain an elite group of foreign come in for for engineering, for tech engineer. That to me, most of our year, there's a this is a big piece of this year. Or this is a big piece of whatever is to come,
yeah,
because that's what we've been talking about most of the year.
yeah. We've been talking about it. Hey, y'all think this is a game, man? See, someone said that. Listen, oh, and Brother Shelton paid you a beautiful compliment. That's Brother Shelton.
Oh,
He's a member of the LDBC. So
thank you. I appreciate
shout
it.
out to you, brother. I agree with you, Shelton. And Marcy T says, and she's a teacher, and I've known her for 6 years. Yes, we've known each other. We all known each other. Me, Marcy T, Black Spring. But yes, I mean, all these things are tying together. And yeah, I put Donald Trump's tech dump on here because he's the face of it. He's the face of it, but
Yeah.
he is beholden. He is beholden to the special interest groups that I keep telling you guys about. He's beholden to the corporations and the banks and the special interest groups that are truly represented by, you know, members of the Congress, members of the Senate. And guess what? The executive, what is the executive supposed to do? The he, Donald Trump is essentially the top cop of the United States.
Yeah.
He is the commander in chief. He is the head military individual. He is the top general, y'all. Right? What he enforces the laws.
Well,
Right?
Yes, and see, you're kind of bringing me into something that I was thinking, because I refer to the U.S. a lot of times as Rome 2.0, because to me a lot of this has been done before, and
Yes,
the whole TikTok piece and the tech and all that and the time, everybody's felt some type of impact on the time this year, but I think even the Romans were under the impression that I get from my own readings that maybe the time was a province of a god. So,
right.
when we have someone coming in and using TikTok, and that's a big communication piece that's on the air,
Yes,
that that's in people's that goes to people. You can that's a control a pretty big piece, a pretty big influential piece of influence, not just
yes,
for businesses and marketing, but for the youth, for generations to come. To me, this is getting into that futurism kind of 1984. Just
yes. Big brother,
yes, and we're
big brother. Transhumanism.
yeah. So that's why I'm thinking. That's why it's all this is interesting. That TikTok is a big piece of your 2025, and because look, we're full speed ahead. We have less than what is it? It's almost October. We have less than 3 months to go in this year,
Right.
and we've talked mostly about we've been dealing quite a bit about dealing with TikTok. We've been dealing with time.
Yep. We've been there. have you have you guys noticed how fast time has been going this year? Um, Salute to Minor Man Samusi in the building. Salute to you. Someone says mercurial vapor says more black nonsense. What are we talking about black stuff? What are we talking about? Like, see, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, y'all can go ahead and be stuck on stupid, but I'm looking. Hey, listen. Now we are firmly embedded in this technology, right? We are completely in there. Like, even we're using technology right now to try to convey the message, right? That our country is selling us out. Not our country, but
ah
the so-called leaders of our country are selling us out to the highest bidder.
yes, I mean all day long. And to me, the entanglements, like as you pointed out, and I thought about it myself. Like, yeah, well, they were all over Hunter Biden about him being all of a sudden, he's got this big position with some type of
Burisma in China.
yeah. And then, but then, as soon as he's got a hold of himself in his own portfolio, um, with this uh,
Complete hypocrisy.
competitor. But there again, I don't know whether it's cognitive dissonance or I don't know what it is. We see it, but we won't accept it.
No, we won't. In case he comes in here and says who is Donald Trump, apparently I forgot to put the D in there, and so I'm illiterate. But y'all can get on me about that. This is what y'all like to focus on. Salute to you, Casey. It's okay.
First,
Yeah, Donald. Why not? Why not leave the D out? Oh no, you want the D so bad. Why don't you go out and get one? Go ahead and get you a D. If you missed the D, go ahead and grab you one. Anyway,
well, yeah.
so
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. I just think it's funny. But you know, right now what we're talking about, I haven't heard very many people talk about the importance, the seriousness of what this is. What this tells us. What this tells us is that you know they're making decisions and they are creating these deals on our behalf. They're using our funds. They're using our money. Uh, every time they do something, it costs us money. But who are these tech deals going to benefit at the end of the day? Is my question.
Yeah, I think yeah, and that's the part that's the part that dare I say they might want to call, oh well, that's his base, or oh those are the MAGAs, and oh this group and that group and that group. I can't I don't I haven't had any conversations with any of those people, but I can just tell based on the narrative. The narrative every time with all these attacks and everything is, oh, it's the leftist, da 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 da. Da. I'm like, well, can you not see that eventually? I think even through this whole these ICE detainee, these ICE facilities, eventually the ploy, it very well could become the facility people, because if they, even
Right.
by mistake, if you eventually harm somebody that was innocent, that wasn't even a detainee, then that's gonna cause some unrest in wherever, whatever facility that occurs in, and then there's your
Yeah.
civil war. That could
So there's your civil war.
that's all it's going to take, because if people suspect there's foul play in our government, then that means some people are going to think now it's really us versus them.
Yes. Yes. Hold on just a second. I'm still here. Just hold on.
Okay. Marcy T,
Keep talking to the people.
coming in, and thank you guys for being such gracious chat members, and yeah, but I mean, we all have we all most of us, we all have ears to hear and eyes to see, but I think we're just trying to point out things that don't quite add up. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you. That's on you. But we just want to bring it.
Yes. Speaking of this ice stuff, man, a lot of interesting things going on with this ice. I put in the title anti-ice ice baby. Uh huh?
Did you? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I put anti-ice ice baby because boy, I tell you this Cash Patel, man. Cash Patel is quite the sacrificial lamb, is he not? What do you think?
You know, I think they see every opportunity, under every outrage. There's an opportunity to I think move the agenda forward. Okay,
Yeah.
at the time in which I think, what was it, maybe the whole Elon Musk bro bromance was falling apart,
Right.
and then,
And
oh,
now they're back together again.
wow.
You
But
didn't yeah. They
I,
they cool again.
I
Yeah, this this ice thing, right? Now apparently the guy who attacked the ice facility in Texas killed detainees, right?
yes,
But they tell us that he was targeting ICE agents, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
apparently he left a convenient note for them,
with
and then also, right, he left a convenient note for them to find, much like the note Tyler Robinson left under the keyboard for his roommate, who he told he wanted to keep it a secret. But anyway, and then there was the bullet that had anti-ice written on the bullet.
yeah. I was, yeah, this is
I don't know what, like, I mean, listen,
change it up.
yo, like, this shit writes itself, right?
Yeah,
Ice, anti-ice, but you're targeting and you're firing into the ICE facility and killing detainees. But there are agents outside. There are agents at the door, right? Because they have to, wand you and all that stuff. But he decides, you know what? I'm not going to shoot that guy in uniform. I'm not going to shoot that guy in that uniform. I'm going to shoot into the window where the detainees are sitting, but I'm attacking ICE agents. Right? I
yeah.
mean, this is wild. This is wild right here.
And and see,
We
that's what.
we're
Go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, and I noticed that right away. I was just thinking, well, why do these same little motives she keeps showing up every little everything has, it has a piece of the last puzzle. attached to it. You got to switch it up or something. You can't. You don't have to make it up because it's already there. It's already been done. It does. It
Yeah,
requires no
you
effort.
don't have to make it up.
Yeah, it doesn't require any effort on my part to make it up when it's already. I just read the last. I read, the last, report. So I don't know. I say reading is still fundamental, but
Isn't it? I thought, yeah, yeah, I thought it was. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is, yo. Like, they understand that there are sheep in this world that will go along to get along, but more and more people are becoming aware of the reindeer games they're playing. And this is obviously a reindeer. This game with the ice agents, I mean, they're just trying to tie it in with what happened to Charlie Kirk to kind of create this atmosphere of fear around you know anti-government, anti-establishment, left, you know what I mean. They are trying to uh they're trying to create the villain of the left, I believe. And this is what they are looking to, right? It happens every time. And so, I find it very interesting that it doesn't even this ICE agent narrative doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense.
no, no. But then it kind of keeps bringing me back and just thinking, okay, so for those who want to keep going over red team, blue team, but then what
Yeah.
if, like I said, worst case scenario, if one of these ICE agents if somebody ends up God forbid, getting shot or hurt or something, and they had nothing to do with it, and you think people are going to just sit back and say everybody's going to sit back and just go, "Oh, that was my." Well, whose team are you on now? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do then? Are you going to continue? Are you going to keep this? How long can you keep this up? To realize that, to me, there's bad actors. I believe there's bad actors, and I believe this is a ploy, excuse me, to
Hmm.
get kicked off somewhere else so that something else can be ushered in out of all this chaos,
That's what I believe.
out of all this chaos. Because even, I have been submitted all year that something else is on the way.
Yeah, and I'm not really looking forward to it, but uh, that's how they do things, right? Police cam reaction says, "Were you there, brother? Absolutely not. There was no agent outside. The only chance he had to hit an officer was through the window, just like when people do drive by. So no one enters or exits the ICE building at all at any point in the day. Is that what I? So police cam reactions must have been there, right? So at no point this guy is waiting up there. He's waiting to take people out. He doesn't. So no one is going in and out of the building. No ICE agent is coming out to go to lunch. No one's leaving to get off. No one's getting off their shift. No one's coming on to a shift. They just what? Do they live in the building? Oh, it looks like Brother Shelton put it on subscribers only. Okay. I mean, help me understand it. How do they get to work? That's my question. So this is what I want. Listen, of course I wasn't there. Sister Black Spring with Autumn was not there. You weren't there, right? All we have is what they tell us happened. But when it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. This you They want you to believe this guy was targeting. This is what I want you guys to think about. Not to believe me or to believe their narrative. I just want you to listen. I want you to look at all the information they're giving you and just discern whether or not it makes sense. The guy was targeting ICE agents. ICE agents can come and go freely. They go in and out the building. But you're trying to tell me, oh yeah, no, he didn't have. There was no way he could. There were no ICE agents outside. There were no ICE agents outside for real. Hmm? Okay. So we're just supposed to believe that he's targeting. In my opinion, if what happened actually happened, like they say, I think he was just trying to kill anybody in there. He might have been targeting detainees and not ICE agents. Because I'm gonna tell you, at the risk, at the risk of being snatched up one day when they passed their pre-crime bill, if I were someone who wanted to do something like that, if I wanted to take out an ICE agent in a fictional novel, I would wait to see ICE agent. If that's who I was targeting, if I'm targeting a specific person or a specific group of people or a member of a specific group of people, I would wait for that person. I would wait for confirmation. Okay, there's a guy in the ICE uniform, and then I would go from there. If I were targeting ICE, right? I mean, help me understand Black Spring. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's pretty. That's more reasonable. That you would do it. That would be the approach. But I'm just. I'm telling you, it just seems like there. It's almost like it just seems like a paid actor kind of thing. I mean, it
That's what I mean. Listen,
smells.
hey, I mean, but it's not healthy to distrust your government, right? Police cam reaction drop a $5 super chat. I appreciate that. He said, "How long is someone going to sit in front of a government building with a gun with officers? As long as it takes to see an officer. What? As long as it takes an hour or 2 hours, someone's going to come out of that building. That's an if you are at a building, if there is a office building where people perform work in that office, right? If you go to an office building, whether it's a federal government building, which I have been to as a veteran multiple times, when I was at downtown, and when I was in Los Angeles, I had to go to the Wilshire building. There
Gotcha.
were FBI there. There were the DOJ member, DOJ, uh, other police agencies. Guess what? All day, people in uniform, plain clothes, law enforcement, they were coming in and out all day. But you would have me believe that during the time that the shooter was there, no one was outside ever at all. I just want us to I just want us to think about this. Mikhail's Gorbagorb says it's extremely healthy not to trust your government. I just don't believe it. What do you believe? What the narrative? You think he was targeting ICE agents?
I just think I think there again. I think that's another. I think that's convenient for them. It just seems like they flip it. Like the writing, it starts out with although he was targeting detainees, he ended up shooting. Just I when I saw that, and then how quickly the writing the piece brings in support from the governor. Oh yeah, well we heavily support the ICE,
Yeah.
ICE and law enforcement. I think law enforcement is also that's been another that's been another middle piece that they insert and pull in and out and say, oh, you're anti, you're against the blue, but remember the whole back the blue movement. So
Yes.
there again, I'm telling everything sees like all it's all I think it's all back. It just comes back. They just spin it in another way. Now it's ice. They ice
Yes. Uh,
with LEO, Law Enforcement Office, and every now and then I'll drop the
right.
I'll drop the acronyms because that's just
Yeah.
so yeah. LEO versus
Uh.
ICE versus
Yeah.
LEO.
Yeah. Martian he says we lost another 100. Yeah, because brother Shelton put it on subscribers only. Sometimes people don't want to subscribe to engage, but it's okay. Um, it's okay. I'll let him. Brother Shelton, he rarely tolerates trolls. Like he don't like trolls, so it's all good. Um, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want, hey, today if you want to troll, I guess you got to subscribe. My brother Shelton, he
Right.
put the hammer down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I
Trolling.
don't know how to reverse it, so it is what it is. But I mean, listen, y'all hit the like button, right? I agree, conspiracy queens. I agree. I'm just not used to it. It's all good. It's all good. Um, and yes, I agree with that, Black Spring. They want people to rally around ICE, right? What's the name? Superman. No, you good, brother Shelton. You good? No, you're good. No, it's all good, brother Shelton. It's sometimes it gets a bit crazy. You're right. It's all good. Now, uh, who what was the Superman dude name? Dean Cain.
Yes.
He became an ICE agent. It's been all about ICE this year, right? Now this wasn't the first attack on ICE, right? They have been, firebombed and all kind of things, right? There have been attacks on ICE. Superman is an ICE agent, Super Ice Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's rolling. It's on a roll.
Yeah, Dean Cain. Yeah, Dean Cain, Shelton. Um, but I mean, listen, it's all coming around. It's all coming to a head. You know, there are a lot of things that they're going to be ramping up. It's all a step, right? Um, for me, it started, in my opinion. We have these events that occur, uh, and I think Pearl Harbor. It started with Pearl Harbor. That's what I think. I think it started because they knew that they were going to attack Pearl Harbor, um, and they allowed it to happen because they wanted to enter into the war, and they wanted Japan to attack Pearl Harbor because they wanted the people to rally around the military, the our forces, so that we can back them getting us into a war. Um, I think it started. That's when I think all these events started, right? Where they orchestrate or where they know or they co-opt an event such as Pearl Harbor, 9/11, the Gulf of Tonkin. You know what I'm saying? All these things that drag us into these wars or into these conflicts. You know, it's something that essentially always benefits, right? Again, the corporations, right? Because the defense contractors,
There you go.
I keep telling you guys, when the military they get their weapons, they get their ammunition, they get their ordinances, they don't make them. The defense contractors make these weapons. They make the weapons, they make the ammunition, they make the rockets, they make the freaking nuclear weapons. They create all this stuff. They create it. They're defense contractors, right? There is no branch there is no MOS in the military where you're building weapons. You're using them, you're utilizing them, but the private defense contractors, they sell this crap or they're contracted to build it for the government, right? And that's their bread and butter, baby. The military industrial complex, that's what that's about. Um, you know what I'm saying? Donald
Gotcha.
Quest says, LOL, the most scary thing that the cops have rules and regulations to uphold law and responsibilities to not violate people's rights, but they still do. Why is that? Well, Mark Black Spring, you know about what the Supreme Court said about a police officer's responsibility, right? The responsibility of law enforcement.
Not. I mean, not. I mean, maybe on some level. On some level.
Oh well, they're not required to protect and serve. That's what the Supreme
Ah.
Court ruled.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Supreme Court ruled that law enforcement does not have to protect and serve the people.
Hmm.
That's what that's about. That's what the Supreme and they have qualified immunity. Qualified immunity relieves them of any any civil lawsuits, right? If they do something wrong. So
Got
by they're protected by, qualified immunity, and the Supreme Court says that they don't have to protect and serve. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, that also makes them more. To me, that almost makes them double. I don't want to call them double agents. Like, hey, you got two. You're working both sides.
Well, you can't serve two masters.
No, no, you're gonna.
And the people, we pay their salary, but we're not their masters. That's
No.
the bottom line to it.
There you go. Well said.
Mikhail says many cops are on the power trips and are bullies or the bully. Yeah, I mean, but they don't have any accountability laid on them. They don't face accountability. No one, you know what I'm saying? They are protected by the system, but because they are right, they are the enforcement arm, right? Police officers, law enforcement in general, federal, local, sheriffs, they are the enforcement arm of our rulers, right? Without them, you know, what the orders that they give, the tyranny has no teeth. They have no claws. The tyrants, they don't go out. They're not gonna go to your house and make you do nothing, right? Nancy Pelosi is not going to go to your house and say you do what I tell you. Donald Trump is not gonna go to your house. They're
No,
gonna send they're gonna send jackbooted street pirates to your house. Yeah,
you got that right.
they ain't gonna go to your house. You hell, shit. Nancy Pelosi can't even protect her own husband from getting hit with a hammer. You think that she gonna go and enforce anything? Absolutely not.
No, no. I mean, but most people don't really see
Yes,
it that way. They
Guns, Dog, and Shield says, my bad, Black Spring. They says the Supreme Court said police officers do not have a duty to rescue, a duty to rescue. Okay, yeah. Um, that's essentially another way of saying they don't have the duty to protect and serve.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, I think that the image of the cops, I think it's constantly evolving. And
Mm-hmm.
but then it seems like they both, the left will use the cops when it's to their, when they think they can use it to their advantage, and then the so-called right, or the right wingers or the conservatives, use the cops, you know, to their advantage. It's like it's a season and cycle. Well, it's in season for us, and it all cycles. It all comes back around. When you're against the
Yep.
cops, sides against the cops, this side's against is anti-cop. You know,
Yes.
it's just like everything else. It's just a tug of war, back and forth.
Absolutely. Queen Conspiracy says, "Save yourselves." Absolutely right. Yes. Save yourselves. The two way is what it is. Yes.
And that makes me
You know
wonder
what I'm
why
saying?
we don't really support. It's more about fear. It's more about fear for, in one regard, for weapons and two-way, rather than education, and
Right.
because anything could be a
Yeah.
danger not used correctly or handled correctly. I mean, we miss
Absolutely.
things every day, all day, the smallest things.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yep. And our government misuses their power every time they see fit, because no one's going to hold them accountable. We're not holding them accountable. Uh, the other branches, all these, you got the three branches that's supposed to bring, checks and balances. They don't do any of that. Hell, Israel can commit, a countless atrocities and war crimes, and no one, no one is stopping them from doing it.
no.
They're directed to protect and serve their department, not the Supreme Court or any government body. That is something that's determined by jurisdiction and their department. The Supreme Court said they don't have a duty to protect, essentially to protect and serve the people. Um, they're out there to keep order. That's what they're out there to do. You should stop and learn before you. No, no. You should as well. I'm speaking out of extreme ignorance and saying things that could be put police. I'm saying stuff that can put police officers in danger. No, I'm not. No, 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 no. The police put themselves in danger when they put the gun and badge on. Do they not? When they put the gun and badge on and they go out and patrol and do what they do on their duties, they are putting themselves in danger. They signed up for it. Black Spring, did you force a cop to go be a cop?
No, I didn't.
And I certainly didn't. It's not. I'm not here. It's I am not. I don't have to uh not talk the way I want to speak about police officers. I can criticize a cop. I can criticize their protections. I can talk about what the Supreme Court said. You said it yourself. You're just trying to word it different, and I'm just cutting straight to the meat and the potatoes of it. You're trying to dance around it and use word salad. Oh, well, they said they don't have to put their lives in danger to protect the blah blah. Well, that's the same shit. You know, help me understand Black Spring. What if I say that the Supreme Court ruled that they don't have to protect and serve the people, and this guy says no, the Supreme Court says that they don't have to put their lives in danger to blah 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 to save anybody. What's the difference?
Mm, well, there's not much.
I don't think there is.
There's not much.
And you know, at the end of the day, man, like it doesn't matter because we pay their salaries, right? We pay the ICE agents' salaries, but we aren't, they don't work for us. At the end of the day, that is what the reality is.
Yeah, it's a sad.
They say that these ICE agents were targeted, this, that, and the third. Well, no ICE agent was killed. The detainees were killed. They were killed. Crypto Slugger says tyranny will not be tolerated. It's been tolerated up to this point. I'm trying to get us to a place where we can understand that there's the tyranny is even occurring, because most people don't. They don't even believe they're under tyranny right now.
No, they don't. No.
No, they don't believe they're under tyranny. These people, they believe. Do me a favor, Sheldon, if you can take it off subscribers only, or somebody can take it off subscribers only. Maybe the trolls will calm down. Because I want engagement. I want. Tell me, who believes that we're under tyranny right now? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that we're living under tyranny in the greatest country on earth. This can be the greatest country on earth, but guess what? How bad are these other countries if we're living under tyranny right now in this country? Yeah, this is the best tyrannical country on earth. You have to qualify the tyranny? Man, I do it all the time on this channel. Tell Black Sprinkle Autumn, why don't you tell us what you believe tyranny is, and if and what examples of tyranny we live under today in this country. I'll start. You know what? Let me just throw in one thing.
Go ahead. You start.
The 20,000 gun laws that are existing in this country right now. 20,000 examples of tyranny. What you got, Black Spring?
I would just say that I would say that we're after we have we have home ownership within our grasp. We still have somebody. We still owe somebody.
Oh yeah, right. Property tax.
There you go.
Imagine.
We never never stop paying. We can never be full owner. You'll never be. It's never fully yours. It's always,
Nope.
somebody, you got to pay somebody. Somebody's got to be paid.
Yeah. And let me. And here's why property tax is ridiculous. If I buy my land outright and spend cash to build a house on it, I make my home a home. I make my land, all by myself. The government didn't come help me do nothing. I have a well. I have multiple septic tanks. I don't need to tie into their sewer system. I have a solar grid. And if I want to tie into the sewer system, okay, I'll pay utility taxes. But why am I paying property tax? It's my land. So I'm paying for the right to own my land. That is tyranny. And then you have eminent domain. Do y'all know what eminent domain is? Someone says homesteaded, but right, but you still have to pay some tax. Some states don't give you 100% tax exemption. I looked it up. Even like if you're a veteran, there are some states. If you're a veteran, you can have 0% tax. You can have 100% of your taxes knocked off up to a certain amount of land. Right, like in South Carolina, it's tax free for up to an acre for a veteran. So if you want to own more than an acre, guess what? You're gonna have to start paying taxes. Do you understand?
That's pretty wild.
Okay. So these are some of the least extreme examples of tyranny. We exist under tyranny right now. Can you opt out? No, you cannot. You can't opt out, can you? Where can you what can you go just go to some piece of land and just say, you know what, this is mine. No one's here. No one's occupying it. It's wilded. You know, I looked it up. I don't see any private owners. I'm gonna just go and build a log cabin and exist. Can you do that
No.
in this country? No, you can't. That's tyranny.
I mean,
That's tyranny.
if you take a road trip across country in either direction, you will notice
Yeah,
that there's land. I mean, it's
all over the place.
not occupied. It's not being used. Uh, you know,
Beautiful land too.
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, Texas for one. I mean, I've gone all the way down into San Antonio, and I've come all the way back up to El Paso, and it's just wide open. And
Wide open spaces.
yes, wide open spaces. I've done that trip quite
And,
a few times. It's still wide
and
open.
there, yeah, and there are examples of that all over the country. 95% rural open space, unoccupied. But you can't just go and just say, you know what, I'm gonna just stay here. No, you got to get a permit. You got to get a permit. You got to get a permit to fish. You got to get a permit to hunt. Try
Permit.
to go to Colorado and hunt. If you're go out, if you're an out of towner going to Colorado, try to get a permit. You paying $2,000 for one deer.
Wow.
Colorado has plenty of wild game.
Yes, it does. I mean, even if you go to the national park,
The
I
national parks.
two. Okay, they say in the beginning it was about one faction said it was about preservation, the other faction said it was about conservation. But in the end,
Yeah.
we're all paying. You can't just go and enjoy your nationalism. Doesn't entitle you to a visit uh, to the Narrows in Zion National Park. You got to go. You got to have that pass. So you got to pay to get in.
Yep. Yep. You can't go to Yosemite National Park. You can't go to Yellowstone National. You can't go any. You can't go to these places and just chill. You can't. You can go to the Grand Canyon and you can, get your binoculars out. But try to spend a night. Try to just park your car there and see if a park ranger don't show up. You got a permit? You can't just be sitting here. Well, what am I doing? I wanted to take a nap. I wanted to sleep under the stars at the Grand Canyon. Well, you can't do that. That's tyranny, y'all. Yes, Kangar J, you will get fined. Yes, it's the best tyrannical country on earth. Yes, I agree with that. Of all the tyrannical nations in the world, we have the best. Why? Because they have to roll with what the Constitution says they can do, but they always skirt the Constitution to get the things they want done. See, the Constitution isn't right. The Constitution was supposed to be about what the government is allowed and not allowed to do, right? That's right. The Constitution was about placing limits on the government control. And there is a clause in there that talks about consent of the governed. Black Spring with Autumn. If the Constitution mentions consent of the governed, why aren't we allowed to remove our consent? Can we remove our consent? Let me ask that question. Can we just remove our consent to being governed?
I would think we should be. I would think we should be within our rights to do that. Um,
Right, but what if we tried it? What if we go? What
yeah,
if we What would you say? What would they say if a cop comes up to us and tells us, "Oh, you went too fast on this road"? Well, okay, I went faster than the posted speed limit, but who did I hurt? Nobody. You just violated the speed limit. Okay. Well, you know what? I
yes,
think you're trying to govern me right now. I remove my consent. You think they don't give a hot damn? Absolutely not.
mm-mm, no.
But it's in the Constitution, the consent to be governed. It's right there in the preamble, right? Is that where it is? I forgot. It's in the preamble. And then they talk about rights that aren't enumerated in the Constitution that we have. Unenumerated rights. It talks about that in the Constitution as well. The enumerated rights they're referring to are the Bill of Rights. Well, there are rights that aren't enumerated that we have.
Yeah,
That it shouldn't have to be written in this Constitution. But guess what? They decide which rights we can enjoy, don't they?
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but when they decide that you can't, they'll write a little bit of piece of legislation like the Patriot Act, right? And they'll lock your ass up. But see, this is my opinion. But tell me what you think about this. The Patriot Act was yet another test after 9/11. Obviously, they really just used it to lock up a bunch of Arab people. But many of those people were American citizens, were they not? Natural born.
Yeah.
And they locked them up and they sent them to Guantanamo Bay. They renditioned them. But we didn't care because they were what? They were Muslims, right? They were Islamic. And what was the villain of the day with 9/11?
Well, the villain of the day was I don't want to say.
No, not the real villain, Black Spring. The ones they wanted us to see as villains. Arabs, right? Muslims.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Muslims were the villains, and then
And
it always changes.
it evolved.
It evolves.
It's still
They just add things to it,
it's still
right? And it
evolved.
was yeah. I mean, we didn't care because they were locking a bunch of Arabs up. We were like, you goddamn right, get your ass on down there to Guantanamo. And they held these people indefinitely, violating their rights, and they tortured them even though they knew torture does not work because they would just tell him any fucking thing. But that wasn't the point, was it? The point was to test us, to test our resolve, to see, do we really give a fuck about rights?
No, we kind of got lulled. Kind of got lulled
Yeah,
back to sleep. I mean, it's just
yeah. That we got lulled back to sleep, and then when the China virus came, right, the coronavirus.
that
Oh,
was
let's go back before that. Let's go back to Pearl Harbor again. Who did they lock up and throw in internment camps?
that
Who did they throw in? Uh,
the
Japanese
Japanese.
American
I don't
citizens.
want to.
American citizens, people. And they said, you know what? Go ahead. Lock the motherfuckers up. We got bombed by some Japanese people. Find any Japanese motherfucker you can and lock their ass up and put them in an internment camp. These people didn't do nothing. They just rounded them up. But they didn't even use legislation back then. They just said do it. Which president was that suspended habeas corpus? Do you remember that, Black Spring?
Can I say? Get it wrong. It wasn't TRUMP, was it? Oh no, no, no.
No, 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 no. He tried. No, Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, when he wanted to, when they were talking about, the secession and all that stuff, and uh, jail people without, any. He suspended basically the Fifth Amendment and all that stuff, and then get, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is what they do when they pick and choose when they want to, you know, um, violate rights, and they'll use they will employ the Hegelian dialectic to strip you of more of your rights. When we had that anthrax scare, what did they do? They passed the Model States Health Emergency Powers Act. When did they use that again? They used that during COVID-19. The states used them. The states used that
to take.
to justify, trying to force people to stay in their house, force quarantine, force mask wearing. They tried to use it to force vaccinations. It's in there in the Model States Health Emergency Powers Act. They can make you get vaccinations. They can make you take tests.
Yeah, they were going for it. They were.
They were going
They,
for it.
they went as far as
They tried it.
so they got some, but they ended up getting. I think they got more resistance than they. Than,
Yes, but that was just another test, right? Didn't they?
yeah, yeah. It's not. It'll be in. They'll be.
Calif- yeah, California deployed National Guards people because that act allowed them to do so. They actually used the act to force curfews, right? They created curfews
I remember.
in democratic cities. They would fine you if you went outside without a mask.
Who was that? Was it Garcetti who said that the snitches get rewarded? Was that what?
Snitches get rewards. Yes. If you got caught having parties,
I told,
people were getting snitched on for having parties,
yeah, my cousin
right?
was trying was she was. I had to tell her like knock it off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because that was a test. Let's see how far these people will let us go. Right? Remember they tried the whole essential worker thing and
Yes,
all that stuff.
I mean
They tried to suspend the Second Amendment and shut down gun stores and all this other stuff.
yeah, yeah. And then they had hours for seniors and at that time I didn't have. I wasn't. I'm not going to. I'm not going to work right now. It's like
Right.
I can make it without having to show my. You know. Yeah. It was.
COVID pass. Remember the COVID pass? They did have COVID passes. If you wanted to go to the movies, you had to show, because you had to show that you was poked up. And I just so happened, somehow miraculously I had one. I don't know how I got it. It just appeared in my phone.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
saying. I never got poked, but somehow they thought I did. Just kidding. Sometimes you got to be an outlaw.
Yeah, that was a scary time. I remember the businesses, people going in the backs of salons, and people working
Yeah.
cash only.
Nancy Pelosi, wasn't she going to get her
She
hair did?
get her hair done. I remember doing
Yeah.
a video on that, and she was, yeah, she made up this some cockamamie story about about why she was doing it, and
Yeah,
rules.
it was bullshit. Rules for thee and not for me. Mikhail Gorbachev says humans exist on validation, fear, and scarcity. This is true, right? What is that? Pavlov's laws of needs, or what is that? I forgot what it's called. Um, the hierarchy of needs, right? They'll exploit your hierarchy of needs. Conspiracy Queen says never comply here. That's what's up. I never complied either. Tell me how I would organize a community. Well, I'm trying to start like this, speaking to people, right? Giving people different perspectives and trying to help them understand that they are enslaved, right? Help them understand that they are in chains, even though they don't realize it, right? Because they don't feel the chafe. Just because you don't feel the chafe of the chains on your skin does not mean you're not enslaved. It just means that you're enslaved under a different set of rules in a different set of chains. You organize by you try to speak to people's common sense and critical thinking, right? And they think, when you do that, they call you a conspiracy theorist. They call you a conspiracy theorist, but all you can do is you try to forecast, right? You forecast. Because back when me and her were talking about COVID-19, we forecasted a lot of this crap that's going on right now. And a lot of it is coming to fruition,
It really
right?
is.
When
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
from zero, from age 0 to
yeah.
90.
We
But
talked about this. Yeah, we talked about these types of things, like uh when when Israel was first starting to ramp up engagement in Gaza, when they were first starting to bombard Gaza and all that stuff, and then they were talking about Iran this and Iran that with the Houthi rebels and all these different. Well, I thought Hamas attacked you. Why? What is this going on with the Houthi rebels in Yemen and what you trying to beef with Egypt now and Jordan? What's going on here? Now we're talking about proxy wars with Iran. I said, you know what? They're going to attack Iran. I said that last year. And guess what they did? They attacked Iran. The bottom line is you organize by you just have to talk to the people. And it starts little by little by little by little, because you want grassroots growth, because that's the most organic, right? You want a little bit of people to trickle in at a time, and eventually you get to a point
sorry
where,
about
okay,
that.
no, you're good, you're good, you're gaining
Everybody
momentum.
called in.
Oh yeah, no,
Sorry.
I that it happens. It's all good. That you organize, you just talk to the people. You spread the message of freedom, and those that it resonates with, they will begin to engage with you more, and you can start to grow a movement. Yes, and Marsh T says it starts with the individual. Yes, it starts with it starts with
I
yourself. First,
agree.
you got to realize that. Listen, uh, there's something not right here. What is the belief supposed to be? We live in the greatest country on earth. We have all these freedoms. You know, we're protected. We got all these services that we pay taxes for. We got this, we got that. And then you're thinking, listen, the American dream is working for me. The American dream is working for me. It's working. I got my job. I got my house. I'm paying property tax. I should feel uh, um, I should feel honored to pay property taxes. I should feel honored to get up and go to work and pay my taxes every week. But then they do this bullshit right in front of your face. They send our money to all these different countries for nothing. They fund these wars, right? They give, you know what I mean? They do these tech deals on our behalf with our money. We
Yep.
don't benefit from this. As a matter of fact, we get harmed by it, right? They allow these lenders to commit predatory practices against minorities and create this housing bubble. And next thing you know, millions of people are losing their homes. Well, you're like, well, what the hell? I pay my taxes. I pay all my taxes. I'm living the American dream, and it can get snatched from you just like that. Something happens like 9/11, and then they drag us into a war based on lies. The was it what was the first reason? It was first they were harboring Iraq was harboring uh Osama bin Laden. That was the first lie, right? Oh, well, that didn't play out too well. No, well, then they have weapons of mass destruction,
Yep.
and
That was
uh, 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 Saddam Hussein is gassing his own people, right? And then you find out, well, there was no weapons of mass destruction. We're just trying to liberate the people of Iraq. Well, they lied to us, and which resulted in the death of hundreds of thousands of Iraqis. It resulted in tens of thousands of deaths of American soldiers, and not and the ones that lived through it, post traumatic stress disorder, and they're killing themselves right over here in their homeland. They're killing themselves in the parking lots of VA facilities. There are a rash of suicides going on in Alaska right now amongst active duty soldiers. Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah, there was somebody from up there talking about how there's all this activity from Russia, because Russia's right there across the Bering Strait. So Russia's always pulling bullshit over there, up there. There's a lot more activity going on in Alaska than we actually know about down
Yeah.
here. So we have to remember, these things affect us. These nefarious things they're doing affect us in a very bad way. Now, uh, you know, we food costs has gone up. They're blaming it on the tariffs, but the food costs were already going up. The cost of food is
It was.
already going up
It was.
before Donald Trump got back in office,
Yeah, that's the part
and
that
they're blaming they
they they won't. No one had it. It was everybody was kind of tight lipped. You know, last year, the
yeah,
year before, and everything's just been tick 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 tick. I mean,
yeah,
what you bought 3 months ago or 4 months ago is already up 30 and 40%.
yeah. The shit's already been going up, but they trying to tell you, oh, it's because this the right was in power or the left. No, it's because it's by design. It's by design, right? Because they wanted to limit the food supply. They want to put us in desperate. They want us in desperate straits in desperate times because we're easier to control that way. Trust me, they're going to come up with a rescue plan for this, for these hike prices. They're going to come up with a rescue plan, and I think it might have been something. It might have something to do with what Kamala Harris was trying to do with the caps on, you know, raising prices. She wanted to put caps on prices going up,
Gotcha.
right? That was one thing she wanted to do, but we have to understand that the big three You got the big three food companies. It's usually like three or four large organizations that own all the smaller companies. All they're going to do is they're going to agree. Okay, well, how do you cap? How do you know what to cap? Well, you're going to have it's going to be compared to the prices that other companies are charging. Well, they're just going to agree. Okay, well, we'll all raise our prices up so much. I'll keep my prices here. You keep your prices there. You keep your prices there. As long as we're within that limit, we can all just keep raising our prices.
Well, I can see that right now. I mean, because I think
Yeah,
Walmart used to be the, oh, everybody's going to go to Walmart and buy things, but I think but they've cornered the market.
yeah. And now their prices are up too. All the prices ever are going up, and it's been going up.
Yeah.
Why? Because the dollar is ass, y'all. It has nothing to do with tariffs. Well, it might have something to do with tariffs. It might have something to do with the supply chain that the Biden administration greatly put a chokehold on, right? When they would not allow the shipping containers to go to port to bring us our goods and all that stuff.
I remember that.
All the layoffs from all the closures of businesses that occurred in democratic cities because of COVID-19 shutdowns. Yeah, all those things have an effect. But really, the value of the dollar is going down because it's fiat currency.
There's nothing back in it.
And there's no back in it. And it's only as valuable as people believe in it. And right now, yeah, the dollar is ass compared to gold. If you look at the price of gold,
Ooh.
yeah,
36.
it's not that the prices are going up. The value of the dollar is going down, y'all. It's been going down. And guess what? We talked about that in 2020.
Yeah, we did, and that was and
Yeah,
we're buying, and that was there was a big push for, you know,
no cash.
yeah, yeah,
They didn't want you to have cash and coins. They were pushing that. And now you can barely buy anything with cash anymore. No one's even really thinking about it. But see, that's why I told you guys to buy gold in 2020. I don't know if I told you to buy gold and silver. And so did a number of people, including High Impact Flicks and all these other people. The value of the dollar is going down. The prices aren't going up. It's like Venezuela, except Venezuela was, you used to have a wheelbarrow full of cash to buy bread, a loaf of bread. Fiat currency, y'all. Conspiracy Queen says Brian is okay. Yeah, Brian. I had my issues with him. I used to rock with him a lot, but it seemed he was getting a little slick with his black propaganda stuff. So I had to kind of pull back. Real Eye says freedom in Black Spring. I hope all is well. Cash is fiat. Yes, gold and silver is something physically you have. Yeah. Land, land, gold, silver, chickens, cows, self sufficiency. Because guess what? Yeah, the prices of things might be going up. Sure, it's natural, right? Because you have increased. If you have increased demand, you have increased value. But at the same time, if the dollar is ass, and y'all remember when they kept doing this quantitative easing during
I remember that. That was so. That was
Donald Trump's first term, and they brought the interest rates to zero. Y'all think that was just for COVID
no.
and the lockdowns? It was almost immediately, right, Black Spring? As soon as he
Yeah,
goddamn,
yeah, yeah.
as soon as he did the lockdowns, that first piece of legislation, the $6.2 trillion, the quantitative easing, the debt,
The stimulus checks.
the stimulus checks. You know what I'm saying? March T says that's all. That's all I've been seeing here is accusations against people trying to encourage you to critically think of the situation that you're living in and what you can do to make it better. Well, of course, because again, they have been conditioned to believe that they can't do shit without government. But again, quantitative easing, $6.2 trillion in the multiple bills after that, including the bill that had Operation Warp Speed, where billions of dollars went to whom? Black Spring,
Went to the
Big Pharma,
the big pharma, the big five.
the Big Five, Pfizer, AstraZeneca,
Yep, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Johnson and Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson.
Uh, I can't think of a.
That was the biggest robbery of the American people in history. We got robbed.
Oh, that's funny that you say that because on the adverse of that, the contrary to that, Biden says we beat, and his press secretary says, "Oh, we beat Big Pharma." It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
what?
no,
What?
no, no. Y'all pay Big Pharma, and guess what happened? All that shit that they put out, the vaccine, where
Moderna.
supposedly we can say it now without feeling uh like we're gonna lose our channels. The vaccines, COVID vaccine, all that bullshit did not work. As a matter of fact, now it's being linked to cancer.
Hmm.
It's being linked to excess deaths. I told you guys about the Japanese study that showed the link between vaccinations, where in that country, in Japan, people were getting 6 shots, 6 boosters. And guess what? Japan already has a high suicide rate, the highest suicide rate in the world. Yeah, cancer, stroke, blood clots.
And then the shedding to me was the most real thing, and they wanted that shut down so fast about that. And I think there was something
Hmm.
to it because even if you were around somebody, like say for instance, I know if I didn't get juiced up, I knew I wasn't juiced up, but then my friends are juiced up, and then they come around. I'm like, oh gosh, I got to pick you guys up from the airport, and I feel horrible until you
Right.
some days after you leave until I can get. It's like the body, the balance was off. I think there was something to that. There were some other, women's issues that I think
Right.
thwarted because I think there was something to that. I really do.
Yeah. Well, it affected women especially pregnant women in a real bad way. The point is, y'all, is that yeah, the American dream could have been real, but see, the American dream could have been something, but with so much centralized power, right? Centralized power corrupts, and absolute centralized power corrupts absolutely. They can't help it. They can't help it. It is what it is. Stray Godzilla, salute to you, bro. He says check your email. I will, brother. But you know, we are going to cook on stuff again, y'all. Um, we talked about the tech. We talked about the tech stuff, with Donald Trump and what's going on there. We talked about the ICE situation. That where the ICE agents were targeted, but none were killed. But the detainees were killed, and then, oh look, one of the shell casings said anti-ICE on it. They said it was etched, but it looked like somebody wrote it with a goddamn Sharpie. It looked like one of them. Oh, let's hurry up and write anti-ICE on here. Like, come on, y'all.
I'm sorry.
Yes, the COVID RNA. Yeah, no, it is. It's hilarious when you think about it. But we definitely got to get up again, man. Um,
Yeah,
you
because
know.
Like the gates, the Hall of Gates is another one I want to talk. That meeting that they
The
had.
Hall of Gates,
Yes, the Hall of Gates, or Billy
like
Goat
Bill
Gates.
Gates.
Yes,
Oh, what happened?
he's made his intentions clear that he wants to target. Now he wants to target. There's two diseases he wants to target, and he said that during that dinner that they had at the White House. So and then yeah, that's the vaccines all together. That's a whole nother deal. And you can see, who is already, he's flipping just like he flipped. A lot of people. Well, he didn't make anybody take it. He said you had a choice, but were we treated like that? Was coercion? That was it. Coercion,
Yeah,
not the same thing.
coercion is another form of intimidation. So you saying Bill Gates has another plot? Uh
Oh,
oh.
yeah, he said it at the dinner. He said he wants to. He says that America has the seeds of research already, and he wants to target. If you want me to say it right now, I'll say it, or I'll just hold it for
Go ahead. Might as well. Go ahead and say it.
the HIV and sickle cell. He wants to. That's his next.
Sickle cell.
Yeah,
Oh hell no. I think I remember somebody talking about that. Sickle cell. Was it? I was talking to you on the phone about
I
that,
think
wasn't I?
it was me. I think it was me. Yeah, because I
Oh yes, I remember. Oh, we probably got to cook on that tomorrow.
that's a whole. Yeah, he's got his
Cause
rap sheet, if you will.
who has sickle cell? Why sickle?
Melanated
Who?
people.
Which group of people are most likely to have sickle cell?
Us black people, African
Black folk.
Americans.
Yeah, we probably got to cook on that tomorrow for a little bit, maybe like an hour. We definitely got to cook on that, or maybe even I don't know. We got to cook on it though, cause that's crazy. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Oh, that's scary, y'all. He wants to target sickle cell. Well, wasn't people with sickle cell less likely to get COVID? They said because
Oh,
the spike proteins couldn't attach to the sickle cells
that's interesting. If it is, I mean,
because the way the cell is, the spike proteins couldn't attach properly. So if you had sickle cell, you were least likely to contract COVID.
but we'll certainly, that'll be a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely got to cook on it. But yeah, I'm a we're gonna wrap this thing on up. You got anything to say to close out there? Black Spring or Autumn?
The only thing I want to say is just, you know, just pay it, just pay it. If you pay attention a little bit, then you won't be too far from the next thing. It's
The
it's
next
it's a
thing.
it's a thin line. It's so close that you'll see it. You might even,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll see it. You'll already be, like I said. I always say shout out to the class of 2019 is because we are we're at least always 6 to 9 months. We're ahead of what they tell you can say. We say it
Yep.
before they say we can say it. So that's what makes
Yep.
us the CTs.
But unfortunately, we're conspiracy theorists, so you know we're not to be taken seriously, right?
Right. Not
Like hey, I told y'all that. Like I said, I told you Israel was going to attack Iran. I told you the U.S. was going to attack Iran. I told you guys that. I told you they were going to launch a full scale invasion into Gaza months ago. Told you they're going to do it. I told you they don't give a fuck about them hostages. Listen, y'all. And now Black Spring is telling us that Bill Gates wants to target sickle cell and HIV. Which which state has the most HIV? Atlanta, right?
say it.
Atlanta has
I'll tell you.
Atlanta is the HIV capital. Well, I think it's Texas now.
I
No,
think
no, no. It's Georgia.
I was gonna say I say Texas is rival right has a
Texas is up there now.
now.
I
So
think I think a lot of it has to do with Houston or something.
yep, Houston
Like,
is that's the city. That's the exact one I was gonna say. But it
yep.
was Atlanta, and then after that, there's been tons of reports Texas and Houston on the
Oh
H-Town.
yeah, if send me some information on that you what Bill Gates said about
Oh
the
yeah,
dinner.
I'll send you that along with.
Yeah,
I'll send you the actual video as well.
for sure, for sure.
Right out of
All
the
right. Well,
gate.
you got anything else? I hear you. You got anything else to close out?
No, thanks for having me, and it was fun.
Yep.
Looking forward to seeing you guys again.
Yes, and thank you guys for coming through. Look, y'all. I mean, the reason we do this, right, is not to hear ourselves talk, right? It's to help spread the message. Uh, for me in particular, it's to spread the message of freedom, but it's also to give you guys uh encouragement to think critically, to not just go with the official narratives because we know they lie. They're full of crap. Operation Mockingbird did not end. It's still in full effect. It just evolved. And so we have to be careful about what information we believe, even if it's coming from sources other than the government, because no one is specific when it comes to Charlie Kirk. I put a live stream out. I did a live stream the other day. I said, no one has all the facts. No one. But they will tell you they're going to debunk this and debunk that when they don't have the facts to debunk anything. To debunk anything, you have to have facts and evidence to support your claim that something is debunked. So that's all I'm saying. But, and just like with this ICE situation, I mean, it smells like bullshit, and it probably is. And then when it comes to big tech, I told y'all Donald Trump is selling us down the river, but I also told you that he's just continuing the sellout. They've been selling us down the river. They've been selling us to China. I already think that California belongs to China right now. That's my belief. But we'll see what happens, y'all. Anyway, we will be cooking on more things in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm looking forward to more collaborations with Black Spring because I feel like she is a very intelligent and well researched individual who knows what she's talking about, and she has a critical mind. Um, yeah, and she knows she knows what we're up against, and so it's always good to have people like that, you know, rocking with you, and all that good stuff. Anyway, y'all, salute to y'all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you enjoy your Sunday tomorrow. Hope you guys are going out and exercising and training and getting your workout on. And, I encourage that as well. So tomorrow I'll be doing a hellified overtraining day. So, you know,
There you
uh,
go.
and
Thanks
maybe
for the
and maybe
inspiration.
we can get, huh?
Thanks for the
What'd you
inspiration.
say?
The
Oh yeah.
critical inspiration and the training
Oh
days.
yeah. I might get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning and call you and say, what you doing right now? Cause I know you're an hour behind me. What you doing right now? You working out? So anyway, it is what it is, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Um, I ate a lot of food today though. I feel full. So I had some smoked chicken wings. So
Wow.
like 10 of them. Yeah. Anyway, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Salute to you guys. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. Go subscribe to Black Spring with Autumn. Um, you know, I wish you could drop your link. If
I,
Marcy T or Stray Godzilla,
I did
if you guys can,
I did earlier.
yes.
I can try to do
Oh,
it.
you dropped the link earlier? Drop it
Yeah.
again, of course. Stray Godzilla, drop your link as well. Marcy T, drop your link.
Oh, perfect.
But
Thank
y'all go check,
you so much.
huh?
Thank you guys so much. I know I did it at the very top of the show, and
Oh, do it again.
I think I can do it right now. Let's see. I got it.
Salute to Real Eyes. Salute to Real Eyes for subscribing to Black Spring.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And Conspiracy Queen, salute to you as well. Black Spring will also be doing. She'll do her own live streams and her own shows. So just go check her out. She likes to get up in the morning to kind of, you know, spark your mind with a little bit of morning coffee, you know, before she goes into work. So, I do my morning paper. I'll be hitting y'all upside the head with my morning paper. So, you know, hey, check us out. And if any donations or anything that come through during our collaborations, of course, I will be sharing with her as well. But I don't usually ask for donations, but what I will be doing is I will be dropping the link to my book from here on out. Uh, the book that I had published on Amazon, so you guys can go check that out and go cop that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna start promoting it. Yes, I'm gonna start doing a little bit of self promotion,
Yeah.
which I really suck at, but I got to do it. You know what I mean? I got to get my book out there. I want to drop the sequel. I will be doing a second edition with a new cover, and I think I'm going to run it through editing once again. I think I need to get it edited once more. So
Sorry, that's my.
no, you're good. You're good. John Hernandez asked, "You guys part of Targeted Justice?" I don't know what that is.
Have
Um,
no idea.
yes, See the Dark Matter Disease. Yes, y'all go check that out on Amazon. But much love, you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and we gonna keep marching forward toward freedom and truth. Peace. Bye.
Bye.